Alright, well thank you for coming to watch my video. I'm going to try to get straight to the point. First I need to recognize Simnin because this is a video I watched to learn about my sorter, and I've gone from there and integrated a whole bunch of new features in and expanded upon what was available through this tutorial, so thank you very much for getting me started. And what I'm going to bring you to start with here is my sorter. What makes this sorter special is that not only is it going to sort my blocks for me, but I have designed it in such a way that it will allow me to use ChestShop. So this is actually a sorter and shop refiller, all built into one, all automated, and it allows for you to utilize the LWC protections in order to make sure nobody can steal your sorted items. So there are some difficulties in making that happen, but I'll show you how to do it. First of all, we have our source chests. We have them up here with no protections on them. You got to take off those LWC protections with C remove if they're there. What we're going to do is we're going to put our blocks into these 5 chests. They're going to sort down into our little funnels here. It's going to take them, and as you can see, these are all in a line. It's like an arrow all the way down to the end of the row. What's going to happen is they're either going to send the blocks forward, or if they match what is in the hopper below it, they'll go down, because they first choose to go down and then they choose to go in the direction of the little box underneath that you see here. So our first sorter is built out of 3 different pieces, and the reason that is because we have 4 blocks, and I want to capture all 3 of these and filter them. So what you're going to want to do is, as you can see here, we build this sort of a circle almost, and cut out 3 of the corners here out of wool and cut out the center. You're going to need to have a redstone repeater in the middle facing this way, and you place it, and a redstone comparator at the top. Placing it, you want to face backwards, okay? Get the little arrow going that way. Just fill up this area with the redstone dust. It's fine, they touch, no worries there. And for each one, as you can see, has its own comparator and its own repeaters. We then need to place in the back, underneath the last hopper, a redstone torch, and what that's going to do is essentially cause this hopper here to only transfer blocks forward in the event that it has more than 22 blocks in it. So I've gone ahead and just put 1 in each of these 4 areas and 18 in the first. That way it's got its 22 to start with. If you don't do that, your device won't work. It's like a part of the programming to get the sorter to work, okay? So if I put an emerald ore into this chest, okay, go ahead and we'll get ourselves a little stack of emerald ores. Put in any of these chests, doesn't really matter. And you can see it's taking them out, numbers going down. Okay, they're going into here, from there, they're being checked in this box and it's saying yes, we can go in here. So they do, they go down first, they drop again, okay, and then they filter, and they filter, and they filter, and they filter. And once they get to here, they're still funneling down, and they're actually funneling down into a dropper. And what this dropper is a box that collects and stores the items until it gets an electrical charge from our redstone, okay? Now, in the meantime, what is happening below that, I have covered up, is, don't want to lose my little emerald, is that we've got a little bucket of water. I don't necessarily need this water here, I just like it. It was there because that's how I chose to build it, but it could be air. And then below that you have your chest. Now, as you may know, the hoppers don't want to play nice with LWC protection, so all these chests, all these hoppers, all the stuff up here, There's no locks on any of this part of the contraption, okay? You have to protect that by locking it off into an area where other people can't get to it. Physically put a door, lock the door. That's what I've done, okay? When the dropper is activated with the electricity, it's going to drop the emerald, or in this case, just like so. And then this box will need to be set. Okay, so we're going to just move that out of the way. Alright, this has to be, we can lock this chest with /lock, and then we do /C magnet space on, okay? And now we've turned it into a magnet. So if I throw, for instance, this blue wool on top, whoops, now let's go for red wool on top, okay? And it vanished. Why did it vanish? Because the box collected it. So it's almost like a hopper made with LWC. But the difference is, of course, that as you can see at the bottom, it's a private chest. It happens to be a trapped chest. Don't worry about that. It's the same as a normal chest, okay? Then using our ChestShop, okay, I am able to put a shop on the on the chest. So hold shift and click to do that, and what we're going to do is we're going to sell one. We're going to sell it for, say, 99. Whoops, one item. We're going to sell it for 99. That's what it's going to cost, and we're going to make it whatever happens to be in the box because I'm too lazy to type stuff in. So in ChestShop, you can just put a question mark or okay. We hit OK, and as you can see, it made the emerald ore. Buy one for $99, and somebody could come along and use that. So that's essentially the function of the ChestShop. Now let's just kill this water here real quick so it's out of our way. There we go. So and that's how it works. If you need a basic tutorial on setting up your ChestShops, then I'm sure you can find that already. I've already referenced the gentleman who I learned the basics here from, and kind of worked out my contraption here from. So if you need more help on setting up the sorter, it's a great resource. It worked really well for me. What I'm going to show you now is a couple other pieces of my contraption that kind of bring it the next step, purely optional. So let's start down here, okay? This is the electricity that's running our droppers, okay? If we want to run the droppers, I've got a button here. I press it. It just has this loop, and the loop's slowed down with a couple of these repeaters, and the repeaters are set so that they take the most amount of time possible before sending a signal on. That way it doesn't create feedback and stall out the circuit. Each time it clicks, you can see here, click, it drops, okay? Click, it drops, okay? And then they'll all get picked up. If we look into the chest, it's got 40 of them right now, and it should be collecting what happened with this? Huh. Lock, creative protection. Oh, it's because I don't know why it is. C magnet on. Okay, 42, 43. I'm not sure what I did there to glitch that out, but for some reason it glitched out. In any case, you can see now we have our magnet on and our lock on. It's collecting them successfully from our dropper. Our dropper is slowly going to empty and fill this up. Okay. Once we are done, because I don't want this to run 24 hours, especially because it goes click, click, click with the droppers, I have built in a lever here that turns off the device. So it just pushes a piece of block over and breaks the circuit. So you can see here that the piece of redstone down there is just a dot, but if we pull that back, instead of a dot, it becomes a line again, and there's a circuit again. So that's how I turn it off on my machine. Now there's actually another setup here, which is my overflow sorter. So what the overflow sorter does is if it hasn't been able to filter into any of these block types, which let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, I have 8 different block categories such as emerald, diamond, gold, iron, lapis, redstone, coal, and quartz, including their ore, their piece, and their block. So all three different parts for these valuables all sort to where I want them. And if it's not one of those 24 different possibilities in those 8 different categories, then it continues. The block will continue this way, trickle down through my little funnel, once again go into a dropper, and that dropper is on the same circuit here, so it operates at the same time that the sorter operates elsewhere, and they will drop down in and be collected in the same manner through a magnet box with lock. So you can see here a bunch of stuff that I've run through it. And this is my on-off switch here for the water, which is the mechanism to move everything over there. So that kind of breaks down the sorter and automatic store restocker design. One note I'll make is that the magnet feature on LWC can actually be set on the server to determine the distance away that the chest is looking when it's trying to collect things. If you want to make something as condensed as this, you have to lower the setting down to 1 block. Default, I believe, was 3 on my server, so initially I had a problem where blocks were flowing and being collected by the wrong chest at the end of the line. Went in, changed the setting there for LWC for the magnet boxes down to 1. You can make something with stores very close together like I've done here. Now what I'm going to do is just take you over to show you the final product and the final results of this process. So bring us right over to here. So this is my store in action on the server, okay? Generally, I guess folks wouldn't be, well, they might be flying, they might not. They'll come on in and you can see here the different categories. I've put up item frames so they look nice. I've put some walls around it. This is the exact same contraption. Actually, this was built, and the one you looked at already, the naked one, was a copy of this that I took things off of. So people can just buy right from these, purchase for whatever the price may be. Because I use staircases as the block that goes above the chest, it means I can still open my chest, even though if you use a square block of wood, you would not be able to. And here's my door, so it's a private locked door. Okay, make sure I close it. And you come in here, you can see my light coming on and off. It's working, it's sorting. I'm going to shut it down, don't need to be doing that all the time. I have some chests of stuff I manually sort, and then over here the chests of things that have come down through the waterfall. We turn the water off now as well. And that's pretty much the design. You can see from the inside I've also gone ahead and built a staircase. So this is the entrance. I come in, turn left, on-off switch right here, and then I can go up the staircase. It loops back a little bit, and this gets me to my drop zone where I can drop in my blocks. They get taken, they get sorted. Eventually that green piece of wool is going to make it to the end. Well, I really hope this has been a valuable video for you. It's the first video that I've put out for MineCraft, and you know, leave some comments for me. Let me know what I could do to make it more helpful in the future, and have a great time. Thank you.